Alright, recap. Here's my page. Okay, so you guys, on the way back from the Valley of the Eclipse, you guys walked. Rain had a short talk with Belzor about the ascending process, but it's what the gods dictate, so nothing they can do about that here, unless they want to talk to that god, those gods. Once you guys got back to Fort Granite, you guys split into two groups. Ronny, Belzor, Tilda heading to Maggie's orphanage, and Zaitari, Melanie, and Rain heading to the Black Wheel to do some drinking and gambling. At the orphanage, Maggie and Tilda had some tea where Maggie had explained to Tilda that she was going to temporarily be back in Leona because she had to fix the whole deal with her family, and it was a mess. When the subject was brought up that 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 Tilda thought Maggie might be a good head of family. Maggie was just like, I'm way too blunt for this political shit. While they were having tea, Ronny was creating water outside for the orphanage, and apparently, since he's the only turtle they've seen in ever, they started asking questions about how he was able to make water, asking questions about who Tyr was, and he was very happy to explain all this stuff to them. It got to the point where he had gathered such a loud crowd that when dinner time rolled around, the kids didn't want to go back inside to eat. They wanted to hang out with Ronnie. So Tilda and Maggie were assisted in wrangling the children back inside to have dinner, where the children that were sitting with Tilda became enraptured by her tales and other questions that she was able to answer for them, while Ronnie kind of got stuck with the rowdy side of the table. Um, at the Black Wheel, this group started drinking. Melanie attempted, while Rain was going off to see if she could gamble, and Zaitari was at the bar asking for Hiromu. Melanie found two dwarves who were arguing about who had the best beard and challenged them to a contest of strength, which they informed her that they do have contests of strength. They have a strongman yard in the back. Um, Soon, everybody in the establishment heard that there was going to be a strongman competition, so they went outside. But instead of going against the two dwarves and Melanie had initially thought she was going to, they brought out the local champion, a half orc that was known as the Lion. However, the Lion proved no match for Melanie, for she won in the cart pulling, Atlas stones, and the log in reps. So they won a lot of money through the bets. Of course, the house made some money, so Hiromu was very happy about that. And then they proceeded to drink more, partaking in a drink known as the coup de grace, which was pretty much all the counter wipings put into a shot glass. It was awful. Um, Later on, after the orphanage dinner, Tilda and Ronny bid farewell and headed to the Warwater Estate, where they had a short conversation about her feelings about Belzor's ascension. And they went to the Warwater Estate, you know, retired for the night. Ronny met some of Anastasia's goats and was promised a pair of goat socks later. The other group, after having like a late night meal, like shawarma or something, headed back to the Warwater Estate. Zaitari woke up Tilda, um, and talked about things that had happened to her and Tegan recently. Rain went and painted some numbers on goats, which Anastasia found out about the painted goats later and punched a shed wall, which caused it to collapse. And yeah, you guys pretty much are well, and Zaitari afterwards in the morning, after talking a bit more with the party, messaged Tegan. And yeah, that's where you are right now, at the Warwater Estate. at the Warwater Estate, finishing up breakfast, and I think you guys were planning on going to the temple and talking to Belzor or Lynn about the location of the relics and or participate in a fight against both of them.
Yep. All of those things and more.
Okay. So, it's breakfast, you guys, or brunch.
Probably more like brunch.
Brunch. Okay, so there's brunch. It's light fare, good for hangovers if you have them.
Yeah, Zaitari's pretty much only drinking tea.
Dry toast. Yeah. Okay. So okay. Sure. All right. So you guys are having brunch. You know, all this went down. Do you guys want to head to the temple? Is there anything you guys want to do around town first? What are you guys gonna do?
What's the priority? What should I pack my spells for?
I don't know if we're going to be technically, quote unquote, doing anything today.
Okay.
I mean, it was supposed to be learning. It was supposed to be going to meet Belzor and Lynn, talking about the relics. You all wanted to fight them for some reason.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that now.
I don't think that's a good idea, no.
I'm good now.
Now... Yeah, no, not if Melanie doesn't do it. So, I think mostly that we're going to get this information, and then go back to the keep, and figure out where we need to go from there. Because, well, I realize, definitely fixing your father-in-law's, looking at Tilda, face and sanity is certainly a priority. I don't think that waiting another day wouldn't be bad for doing research into the area where we might need to go.
Did we ever find out if we could put him in an enchanted sleep? Is that something that happened? Like a medically induced coma?
I think we did put him into it. I think he did go into a medically induced coma.
Okay.
I legit can't remember. So
yeah, what all needs fixed with the father-in-law?
So his face got ripped off.
Okay.
Yeah, think face off, literally.
Like,
but there's no other face on top of the face.
Exactly.
That I can fix.
That's something that you cannot fix. No.
No, I can't. I can regenerate it.
Oh, that's true. You could potentially, maybe.
Yeah, but the insanity.
Greater restoration, my dude.
Maybe. It depends on how complicated it is.
I feel like it's probably more complicated than you could.
I've got spells fix. I can try.
So the deal with the so he's gone through months of mental trauma through torture.
Okay.
And it essentially broke him.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I mean, you can certainly try. There's nobody stopping you. If Tilda wants you to go look at Theo's dad, that is perfectly fine with me.
It would be more Theo's decision, but Tilda would float the idea if Ronny said anything.
Because I could, make a nice little safe place for him. I can summon a temple for temple of the gods, and while he's in there resting, I can try a few things.
Yeah, it's certainly possible if Theo is cool with that.
I do need an unoccupied space. That's 120 feet on each side.
I think we have enough land on the outside of the keep that we should be able to accommodate that. Like outside of the walls. Because if I remember correctly, we're basically sort of in the middle of nowhere next to a river.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to prepare spells then with the intention of working on the old man.
Face restoration. Yeah. Gotcha.
Potentially doing this, yes.
So let me do some... I don't think I'm gonna need blade barrier. Get out of here.
Yeah, that was me when we were doing combat.
Let's do a dispel evil and good just in case he's possessed.
Let's see, what do I have on my spell list?
Hmm.
Nothing great.
So I've got dispel evil and good, greater restoration, heal, and regenerate, and I'm gonna get rid of divine word because I don't need to instant kill anything, and do temple of the gods.
Okay. While you're doing that, Ronny, Raine, what's your passive perception?
Oh boy.
It's a 4 now. I'm kidding.
It's a 23.
23. All right, you do see Anastasia walk into the room. She doesn't look very happy.
Is she looking for anybody in particular?
I don't know. She is
Turn it off and back on again. Oh my god.
Oh my god!
We tried turning it off and on again.
Oh dear god.
The hard reset.
Woo!
Okay, good news
We've all been
is
there.
good news is I can help your dad. Bad news is I'm gonna have to kill him first.
I can make it real painless, I promise.
This isn't a
okay.
Windows server.
All right.
I could also hallow the ground. So I'm gonna bring hallow too, just in case.
So, Darren, you had asked if there's anything else we want to do in the city. Personally, I would like to go find some kind of jewelry shop. I don't care which one. And we need to buy diamonds. Lots and lots of diamonds.
Okay.
Can I also get a couple thousands gold's worth of herbs, oils, and incense, please?
Couple thousands?
To hallow a few things. Because it lasts until dispelled.
The shopping episode.
I have 3,800 gold pieces currently. I'm going to say I will buy my resurrection.
You're raised dead.
Yeah, I'm going to buy my own
how much
raised
specifically
dead.
How much specifically do you need, Ronny? Sorry.
I would like to do a couple of hallows on our actual keep. We're near my temple, which would make it 2,000 gold if it's possible.
Okay.
Because we do have... I mean, that is a good idea.
Yeah.
Because if your little shrine is with all of, quote-unquote, our shrines, since there's multiple gods being worshipped in our keep,
Might as well protect it.
Might as well, yeah.
And it's my word of recall point. So that's like our, pull the cord, get out of here quick spot.
Yeah.
So I'd like to keep it intact and safe.
Okay. You can have 2,000 if that's what you need.
Yes.
Taking that out of group funds.
Will be appreciated.
Also,
sorry. Oil and
What the group funds
herbs.
are there for. And for what?
I was just going to say, I'm going to knock off 500 gold pieces from my personal total and give you a diamond for my own raised dead spell, should anything bad happen to me.
Alright, add equipment, raised dead, just for Zaitari.
And are you out of any other material components that require expensive shit?
I don't think so. Nobody's died that I revivified, right?
Well, actually, that's right. I just thought about it because I did use a revivify on Lynn after she ritually killed herself with the sword.
Okay, then yeah, I need some revivifies then, because I only had one use.
Okay. How much is that?
300 gold.
300? All right.
Yeah.
Can we call that group funds?
300? Yeah. Take 30 platinum.
Okay, so I have one revivify, one raised dead, 12 greater restorations, one hero's feast, one find the path, 4 uses of true seeing, 2 uses of divination, warding bond to set up for everybody, 2 hallows, and then 1 raised dead just for Zaitari. That's what I've got in terms of components currently.
Okay.
Yep.
So off the bat, you know of 2 jewelry store shops in Fort Granite. The pearl necklace and diamonds are forever.
Sure.
They're in my session notes.
Oh, yeah.
That's the ones you know.
I imagine we'd probably go to Diamonds Are Forever
Okay.
to get our expensive ass diamonds. And then probably a magic store to get the incense.
Weirdly, they don't sell any diamonds. They just... Diamonds are forever. That's why we sell sapphires. So you'll come back.
Yeah.
I need some tuning forks, please.
Oh, yeah, I'll give them to you now. I have the tuning fork for the prime material plane, so you can have that. I will uncheck that. And I also have the tuning fork for the Feywild, so you can have that as well. I was just holding on to them because we weren't sure if we were going to be able to actually cast them.
Another place that would probably be a decent place to if you're looking for items for magical poems for spells, you could try Hidden Treasure Consignment. He's a pawn shop owner, but he does come across magical items from time to time. It's who Demeter used in Robur when she was Marla.
Do you want to see if they have any pre-tuned tuning forks to other planes?
Sure, why not? Never know where we're going to need a plane hop.
Yeah. Second, a cleric or a druid gets 7th level spells. It's interplanar taxi time. So yeah, let's go see if we can find some pre-tuned tuning forks.
Okay. Sounds good. Alright, so...
I'm sure that's going to be a D100. Jewelry shop or magic items first?
If we're looking for magic items, could I look for a +2 studded leather?
Yeah, that's totally fine. If they have it, they have it. If they don't, they don't.
Let's just do the magic items first, because I'm sure the gems we can hand wave.
Okay. Ow, catch up. Ow, 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 ow.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind looking for some
Scrolls?
Well, scrolls and armor as well.
Yeah.
There is a
Right now,
there is a ninth life here as well.
Right.
So if you want to head over there.
That place.
Let's head over there first.
Okay.
Since we get things that cost there.
All right, sounds good. Let me bring up the magical item guide. So while you guys are discussing this and Anastasia is grabbing brunch, she's scanning in her room at each one of you.
Uh-oh.
And then her eyes...
I hold my hand behind my back.
Oh, we prestidigitated your page.
Yeah, but now I gotta go down there for an hour.
Mm-hmm.
And she's giving you, Raine, especially you, she's giving you like a look up and down. I need you to either roll a performance or deception check to act normal.
I feel like that should have disadvantage. Have you met her?
I was gonna say, this is gonna be super fucking high. Wah. Oh. You rolled a disadvantage.
Yeah.
Oh, you rolled performance. Okay.
She just gives you like the side eye, like, She raises a piece of toast and starts eating it. She does not break eye contact with you.
It's just crunching. It's like,
and she's just slowly like crunching on this piece of toast. It's a dry piece of toast too, so it's just like crunch.
Just start eating her finger, not even realize.
And there's a
Yeah.
nod, and then
So who wants to go shopping? I would love to go shopping.
there's a nod as she
And that's how you all know something is fucking wrong.
Yeah.
Alright.
and she just kind of walks out of the room. Still, her eyes are on you until she's she's out of view.
Yeah, I think I would be heading back to Leona soon.
Oh, why, Raine? Do you not like Fort Granite?
I never liked the heat much, Gotta get moving.
I imagine with all that dark armor, it's quite sweltering.
Indeed.
Okay.
Why, I see some sweat running down your forehead right now.
Ah,
I don't feel hot, but then again, I am.
I'm tiefling,
Yes.
built for it.
Here,
So let's
take
take the heat.
here, take one of my scarves. That should help. I'll hand you one of my silk scarves.
So kind. Alright, too kind.
Anyway, I can't believe I forgot to write this down. What ingredients do I need for the memory bind?
Yeah.
I've got it.
One of them's definitely Lichbriar.
One of them is Lichbriar, which can be found in Briarthorn, or Glowvine, which we can buy in Vox. And the Glowvine, I think we could definitely plant and have it look super fucking cool in our keep.
How many days has it been in game since my channel Divinity, not channel Divinity,
Like a
Divine Intervention worked?
Like a day
One.
or two. Yeah, one.
Okay.
Sorry. I was like, oh, let's see if it'll work. And it did.
I just had no grasp of how much time had passed since then, so.
Yeah, it's just been a day.
Cool. Works for me.
Oh, how close is Melanie to finishing reading her book? Or did she finish reading it?
I don't know.
Oh.
Oh, jeez.
Start over now.
It takes so long.
Let me see if I have anything noted on my character sheet. Because I might not have, because it's me. My notes are sketchy at best.
Didn't you take a point of exhaustion to read through the night or something?
I think he did, and that was a couple sessions ago.
So the exhaustion would have worn off by then.
Oh, yeah.
I do not have anything written. I know that I've spent some time on it. I'm just gonna do it in the background while you guys are doing stuff.
Okay.
Through today.
By the way, the 3 ingredients were indeed Lichbriar, Glowvine. The third one is Flame Clove, which
I
you
believe
guys.
that was the weakest one,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, that's the weakest one, and that's that's weirdly enough your lowest knowledge roll, so you don't know much.
Okay.
Sorry about
But the Lichbriar was the strongest, but it's also
evil.
Evil,
Evil
right?
as fuck, yes.
Glowvine was second strongest,
Mhm.
And it wasn't necessarily evil. And we can buy it in Vox.
Yes.
Okay.
Wizards like to grow it, if I recall correctly.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, we're getting some of that for our garden.
Okay. Alright, so you guys head to Ninth Life. So what are you looking for? Let's just make this easy. +2 leather armor. Studded leather armor, right?
Right.
Okay. And tuning forks that are already attuned to certain places.
Just anywhere that's not the Feywild or Primitive.
Okay, cool. Tuning forks. Anything else? Incense, I assume, and oils for stuff?
Yeah, the 2,000 gold's worth of incense, herbs, and oils.
Incense, herbs,
Oh, Jesus.
oils.
And
Spell
once again,
scrolls.
can I please price a +3 shield?
Okay. And +3 shield. Okay, let's see what these guys got.
Is there like a
+3 shield is gonna
beginner's
be pretty crazy. I think
guide
that thing's legendary. Sorry, go ahead.
to a beginner's guide to plants and like alchemy and herbalism, I should say?
They might have that. Let's see. Plant guide. Breastplate.
I mean, like I'll look for like if there's anything more advanced or something to help, but I'm specifically looking for like a beginner's guide thing.
A beginner's guide. +3 shield. Okay. +1, +3. Market price for that would be, give me.
What if we were to cover you in glue and then roll you around in some gravel? I feel like that would up your AC.
My AC right now is 22, but my shield counts as armor. Not my shield, my shell, so I can't do like a bracers of defense situation. I'm attuned out my ass, so no more rings of protection.
Yeah, I had to shell when we were fighting those fucking statues because you almost fucking died.
Awesome.
Because they kept hitting above 22. I'm like, what the hell? But then they couldn't get above a 26. So
if I like really max everything out, my AC I think can get really, really close to 30. That's 26 plus a shield of faith plus a +3 shield instead of a +2 shield. That put me at 29.
Okay, so I have some good news and I have some bad news.
okay.
They do have a +3 shield.
And the bad news is
At market
how
price, it will cost you 8,000 gold pieces.
Okay.
Normally,
not as bad as I was expecting.
yeah. Normally,
Yeah.
like if you weren't like, the boss's employees, normally it would cost 24.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was more what I was expecting.
As for the stud, the +2, studded.
I'll do a price check on that +3. I don't think I'll have it, but.
Armor. It's about the same. So 8,000 for for a studded leather +2. That is going to be 2,000 gold pieces. Normally, 6,000.
All right, I will take that.
Okay, cool.
Are you gonna
But
sell it glamored?
I would say, does anyone want? I don't think they do, because I think everyone who could use it has it. But
Yeah.
anyone want?
I mean, I sold my glamored when I bought my +2 breastplate, so.
They can. You will mitigate about. I can't. Let me do math. Times 30%. So you can get 600 off the cost if you sell your studded leather, glamored studded armor.
Okay, so 1,400. Yeah,
Yep.
that's fine.
All right, cool.
I will do that.
How much would the +3 shield be if I gave them my +2 shield in return?
Shield to 600 off. So armor, armor and shields kind of work the same. According to these magical prices that I'm totally not getting from this generator, and cross-checking with my guide. No. Actually, this is a really good resource. I'll send it to you later.
Send it to me, please.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Because they just do it out.
Unfortunately, that 7,400 gold pieces for the +3 shield is a far cry away from the 9 gold that I have in my pocket.
Well,
I can't
gave
count,
all
so
of
I give
your-
my money.
yeah, you gave your money to Tilda.
Why would the illiterate person who can't count keep money?
True.
What will be accomplished?
As for spell scrolls, well, let's see what spell scrolls they have available.
And what kind of breastplate would you need for it to be an improvement?
+3.
+3, okay. And we're all rocking +2s.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not.
Oh, you're not?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
Because
No,
it's mithril.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, perfect. I have a
Also,
random.
Game of Thrones is stuck with it for now.
I have a random spell generator for all spells. So let's see what they got, because there's too many spells in this game. There's so many spells in this game. All right, so 83. That would be that selection, and then with that selection, oh boy. All right, we'll see what level they have. It goes up to, sure, we'll reroll if that happens. 66. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And all right, so one of the spells they have is, does that exist? Yeah. Okay. They have a programmed illusion spell scroll.
Love that spell.
They also have a 93. 93, so go back up to the page, and 93. 9. Okay. 53. 5, 5, 5, 5. They have a planar binding as well.
Jesus.
And then the last one they have is, where's that? 86. Roll. 95. They have transmute rock. Sure.
So, planar binding as a spell scroll would actually be pretty sweet, because you don't have to do the holy shit.
Material components.
No material component.
Okay.
But it depends on the cost of the spell scroll too, I guess.
The cost of spell scroll, so it's, for you it's about a third, which is a pretty good deal for. So, the 2 5th level spells would cost you would cost you 192 each.
That's way cheaper than casting planar binding.
The 6 will jump up a little bit in price to 384. So this is market cost.
So, what was the first one? I'm sorry.
Program Illusion will cost you 384 gold.
Right. And
Transmute Rock and Planar Binding will cost you, I think, 192. Let me double check.
Yeah, you said 192.
Yeah, 192.
Okay. Wow.
So those are pretty good deals for you guys.
Yeah.
Definitely get that planar binding, because we can use that in a pinch by literally any of us who are casters.
And me.
Yeah, and you.
Congrats.
Use magic device. Woohoo.
Okay. And as for the tuning forks, let's see if they have one.
Okay.
Okay. To where?
Anywhere. Just what do you got? And how much are they?
We're basically starting a collection.
Yep.
All right. All right. So it's.
Do you guys want robbers? Because this is how we get robbers.
We have a vault.
Does anyone have access to guards and wards?
Guards
I
of
can.
what?
I do. I can.
Oh, guards and wards. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just need to sleep, and then I can have it prepared. We just need to take however much time off so that I can cast it.
36.
Yeah.
They have one that goes to the abyss.
Jesus sakes.
You guys want to go to the abyss ever?
Well, how much
No!
is it?
Speaking of the abyss, I very recently threw a Cibriux at my players. I love
those
Cibriux.
things.
Those clever fucks, though, heroes feasted before they went and fought it, so they were immune to its most interesting abilities.
It will cost you 300 because, you know, it's been on the shelf for a really long time and nobody wants to go to the abyss.
Maybe not. It's
Okay.
not like we have any pressing need to go to the abyss right now. So
Yeah, it'll most likely be here if we need it.
But they do have probably about 1,000 in incense oils and herbs for you, Ronny. You might have to look around in a couple other temples or magic shops, but that you'll clean them out if you buy this.
Okay, well, I was granted 2,000 from party funds for it, so I will take that.
Okay, so there's 1,000. And for the plant guide, hold on. Not plant-based diet. Do you want to go vegan? They have a guide, Plants and Druids 101. It's for the budding druid. But there's a very large section on beginner plants. It's like 5 gold.
Yeah, I'll get that for my little apprentice who we spent 2 sessions ago blowing things up with.
Okay.
You know? You had the fun, now you gotta do the homework.
Alright, Druids and Plants 101. For Raine. Becomes a druid like in 5 games. Okay. And can't wait till Chambers is like, why are there nests of moles in my kitchen? Okay. Alright, was there anything else you guys wanted to get? Because that's pretty much what they got. They could show you what else they have, but I don't know if you'd be interested.
I'll buy the scrolls, all 3 of them.
Okay. Excellent. So that comes to 92 times 2 plus 384. 768 gold pieces.
Yeah. We both know I'm gonna haggle.
Yeah, they're not going lower than market price at this point.
Oh, fuck them. Alright. I'll take it.
Alright. So today, they have a special. The special is, clear that. Type in.
buy 2 get 1 free.
It's a BOGO sale.
And then do this. Okay. They have a... interesting. 5e. Okay. They recently had acquired a set of dragon scale mail. Gold in color.
Ooh. That would be resistance to
Fire.
Yeah. Well, that's useless for me.
Fire.
Yeah. The good thing about it is, so it's only a +1, but you have advantage on saving throws against the frightful presence and breath weapon of fire. And you have a breath weapon of dragons, and you have the resistance of fire. So, Additionally, you can focus your sense as an action to magically discern the distance direction to the closest dragon within 30 miles of you that is of the same type of the armor. So a gold dragon, apparently.
Well, damn.
And what would the AC?
It's only a +1, and it's scale.
Okay.
For those of us who don't have the player's handbook open right at the moment.
I am looking it up.
Yeah,
Scale's AC 14. So
Okay.
this is a +1.
14 dex +2 maximum. And it's also disadvantage on stealth. Fucking bummer.
Yeah, I don't need that in my life.
Okay. Usually it's them people who like to fight to hunt them dragons is the big selling point for this piece.
Sure.
Yeah.
But we are treasure hunters, not dragon hunters.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Oh, I did
I
think
will
of one
say-
more thing. They have a potion of speed.
Okay, let's see. They probably do actually. Let's see. Okay.
Look, if you want me to prepare haste all the time, just tell me, okay? Or
I never
ask.
don't want haste, but it's good to have.
They'll sell you one for 120. They only have
Yeah.
one.
Okay, I'll take it. Absolutely.
It's like, oh, such a hard sell.
Have all my gold.
Okay.
I mean, the good thing about a potion of speed is that it cannot be broken.
Yeah, you have it for the minute unless you get killed. Just don't die.
Okay. Is that
I think so.
it? Okay. And you guys are looking for diamonds.
Yeah, 'cause I can't
If
do anything.
Did we ask if there's anything weird or wonderful?
Besides the scale mail.
Besides the scale mail, let's see.
Some kind of weirderful.
They might have one thing. I gotta bring it up.
I know why I'm asking. I'm in the 3 digits on my gold.
What is it?
Sounds good, guys.
Okay, so they do
It's
have
a bag
one.
of magic beans.
No.
Oh no, not yet.
They have one thing that your group, they're not judging, might be interested in. They hold up a dress.
Mm-hmm.
It has pockets.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally a cute dress with pockets.
With pockets?
God damn, that's like 10,000 gold, isn't it?
Yeah, it has to be super
I
expensive.
can't afford that.
They display the dress. It is a lovely peach color with like
Yeah.
black polka dots.
Oh.
They explain that while the wearer is unarmored, they gain a +1 to their AC. There are 2 hidden front waist pockets of surprising size. The pockets are about 1/2 foot in diameter and 1.5 feet deep in each and can hold up to 15 pounds.
Well, if any of us were monks, that would be pretty sweet.
The
But
dress weighs 1 pound regardless of the contents while worn.
So it's both armor and a bag of holding, or a handy haversack at the very least.
Mhm.
yeah,
Oh god, I forget we're wearing it. And
That's
Um,
actually kind of useful.
It is.
At-
It's too bad that it's a terrible color.
At the end of a long rest, the wearer may speak a command word to clean the dress as the effects of prestidigitation.
Damn.
Choose a new pattern and material for the appearance of the dress.
That's handy.
The dress may not be cut to be altered in this way. If any items are sewn or pinned on the dress, such as brooches and patches, neither the cleaning nor the pattern changing powers may be used, but you can change it pretty much. And They do warn you. If the wearer is asked about the dress while wearing it, they must make a wisdom save DC 20. Or say it has pockets.
It has pockets!
And twirl in place.
Will this stack with my shell?
I mean, it can be adjusted, so probably.
I don't need a +3 shield. I'll wear a dress.
We're not gonna judge you. But you might have to fight Tilda for it.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I think after Darren said that you can change the color and pattern, that
Yep.
Tilda would have been like, fuck yeah, it's mine, bitch.
Right now, how much it is.
Okay. So it is a rare item. So
It
If
is
I
a
can
very
wear
rare
this
item.
dress, it will make my AC 23.
It is for you guys 500 gold pieces.
And buys it.
Okay.
What?
I'll fight for it.
Tilda will. No.
I will give you the stats. Hold on. I will place them.
I remember reading this magical item and thinking it was a fantastic thing that existed.
I remember the Sentry. I'm like, okay, let's do this. Just be warned. Do not place the dress in a handy haversack, portable hole, or bag of holding.
Oh God.
Those
Yeah.
guys, where did Ray go?
So okay, yeah. So if any of us wears this, they cannot get to the portable hole. Oh,
Yep.
bad times.
Or hilarious times.
The person behind the counter says the shop is not held accountable for any mishaps that may place them in random locations in another plane.
And
Yeah,
funnily enough, Rain would be the safest person to wear it, considering she's usually not the one in the.
That's that is honestly very true.
But if I get plane shifted to like the Astral Sea, I can just plane shift back.
Yeah, but the problem is that like
I'm
if
not
we're
stuck
trying
there.
to sneak anywhere, usually we all hop in the portable hole.
Yeah, that's why
And-
it wouldn't be like if it happens, I can just plane shift back. It's like do we want to screw someone over?
Yeah.
And then plane shift back.
It probably is safest on Rain,
Oh.
honestly. I was thinking with the pockets, it would be super useful on her because she just needs to reach into the pockets and boom, her things are there. Just think of all the daggers she can put in those pockets.
Also,
I want this for my monk in another game.
All right. Oh my God. Matt Mercer needs to put this dress in his game.
I
Fucking
just made a new
Matt
monk,
Soul.
and
needs to
she
make
is
this.
a hand axe monk, and I want this so I can keep many hand axes in my pockets.
I want Bo in a dress so bad because she'd wear it for the pockets and the +1 to her AC.
She'd wear it for Jester, maybe.
That too. Oh man, we just need to tweet Matt Mercer and make Pumat Soul make this dress.
okay, so you have acquired all these items and a cute dress with pockets.
Yes.
Okay.
Now for diamonds.
All right, diamonds.
Diamonds and another 1,000 gold worth of herbs and incense.
Yes.
Okay. So you had the diamonds are forever. The owner of the shop is Oswald. He's clearly drunk again.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember now.
So what kind of diamonds are you looking for? Like, what's the price range are we talking about?
500 and a 300.
500 or 300. All right. He does have those. They're not the best grade of diamonds, but
They just need to be worth that much money.
they are worth that much money. And they don't have to be cut, right?
No.
Okay.
No.
So he will give, like, he has uncut diamonds, so Less work for him. Just sells it to you as is.
Solid.
All right.
Yeah, all it says is a diamond worth 500 gold pieces, and then a diamond worth at least 300 gold pieces.
Okay.
So.
Awesome. Perfect. Okie doke. So, you have acquired diamonds. Your best bet for getting that much incense and oil would probably heading to the Temple of Cord. That's the primary god that is worshipped in these parts. Let's see how much they actually have on hand. They have about 790 gold pieces worth of incense and oils that you could donate your money to the church to and receive.
Are there any other temples?
There is another temple. There is a... I gotta look at the list, because I always forget. There is a... Where is my thing? Temple... I mean, you could ask the folks at the Sunsoul or Moonblast if they have anything.
That's a very good point.
Yeah.
We do need to go there anyways.
I'll take the 790's worth, and then I will ask around for the remaining 210.
Okay. Sounds good. Alright. So, Sunsoul.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, Sunsoul Temple.
Sunsoul.
Yep. You get to the Sunsoul and Moonblast Temple. Master Wulan is there, and he says to you, you've arrived. Is there anything I can help you with? Do you want to talk to Belzor and learn about the locations of the relics, or do you need anything else?
Yes, that.
Oh,
We also need some incense.
how much? You probably have some.
I hold out the remaining gold pieces.
that much.
I'm sure we can find some for you.
Incense, herbs, or oils.
It's for Hella.
We have plenty of incense, most definitely. Come on. You could talk to Belzor, and then while me and another attendant can rally up as much incense and oils that you need for your spells.
Oh, no, it's not for spells. We're just gonna roll around in it. I'm kidding. I'm reading a book.
Master,
it's not any fun. I have to make my own fun.
Master Wulan is like, okay. He kind of looks at the rest of you and just shakes his head. He brings you to a room. So there is Belzor and Len. They're sitting cross-legged. Currently, they're poring over a few scrolls that look like they're written in a language that you don't immediately recognize. There are little pots with incense, and holding the incense, you see in some of them they're rice, some of them have sand, some of them have little dry green beans. They're mung beans, for those who recognize them. And when you enter, one of the younger attendants that's in the room invites you, gestures for all of you to sit while he leaves to go find your incense and oils. And Melanie apparently is continuing to read her book.
And yawn.
Oh no, that was me actually gasping in real life at the fart that just came out of my dog. It's very bad,
Yeah.
and I was literally stunned for a moment there.
I just don't understand what happens in dog stomachs to make it just so awful.
I gave her a little bit of yogurt today with her food because she hasn't been eating very well, and I regret my choices.
Anyway.
Okay. So yeah, so Belzor looks up from his scrolls. He's just wiping some of the tiredness from his eyes. Hey guys. So how are you guys doing? How was your night?
Oh. Wonderful, Belzor.
That's good. I'm good. I'm glad you guys are having fun in the city. As opposed to Belzor, Lynn looks a little rough. I mean, Belzor looks like, yeah, he probably didn't get too much sleep last night. Lynn looks like she hasn't slept at all. And she's, you know, when Belzor starts talking, she gives you a polite nod, but she doesn't say anything. So Belzor's like, okay, so, we performed the astral projection yesterday, and so we have some good news, and we have some bad news. So, the good news is, I can't speak today. I can locate the shards of the Dawnfather. The bad news is we can't locate Sehanine's relic.
Yes, that was mentioned.
Yeah. Something's blocking it. And you see Lynn nods at this.
Perhaps I could help?
Belzor says, I mean, we're open to any ideas if you have them.
I have a spell called Legend Lore that might give us some idea of what's going on.
That's possible. That could probably help. But let me tell you where the Pelor's relic is located first, and maybe we can discuss Sehanine's in a little bit. So, you guys are not gonna like this. So, luckily, Pelor's relic is located on this plane.
Oh, good. I was just about to say, hopefully it's not on the abyss.
No. That would be terrible. The abyss is a horrible place. So luckily it's on this plane. Unfortunately, it's in the wilds. It's in the south. In a temple. Surrounded by Wanti. That may or may not be dead and undead. I mean, alive and undead. Yeah.
Even better.
We know how to take care of one.
The last place I was able to get a trace on. There is an individual there. His name is. I'm gonna put it in chat because I can't pronounce it.
Why?
Why do you give
because it's a Wanti name.
Hey, I was pretty close.
So
yeah.
Zach.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zach.
Zach. Yes, we'll call him Zach. Yes, it's with Zaxistis. Zach for short. I don't know if he likes to be called that. Never met the guy. Don't know how he has the relic. But it looks like he's their leader of some sort. He also looks like he's a part mummy.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Part mummy?
Like lich mummy?
Maybe. I got an image of him, but I don't know what he is. He definitely looks part undead.
maybe we do want to try Ronnie's suggestion first before going after the Pelor relic, especially if we have to fight some kind of Yuan-Ti lich mummy that has also a whole bunch of Yuan-Ti, maybe zombies, following them.
I don't
I
suppose it's something that.
I personally. Oh, wait.
Wait a minute!
Wrong-
Wait a
wrong
minute! It's not
person, wrong
Sunday.
person.
Wrong game.
Oh, god damn it, guys. The Southern creeps into everything.
It is hard to get out of it once you're doing it.
Nope.
Nope. You had it before.
I mean, they do say that a modern day Southern accent sounds kind of like what.
It's
British
drunk
used to
English.
sound like them.
It's drunk
Yeah.
British accent. Yeah. I
What is it you're trying to say, darling?
would it be? I think it could be more fun
There we go.
to go and take a look at an undead mummy thing. Be hilarious to stab it maybe in the face. So
Far be it for me to suggest something responsible, but I'm guessing that this relic should not be in the hands of undead Yuan-Ti types.
good point. Good point.
No, but it's not like he doesn't. I don't think he can use it
Yet.
yet.
Well, before we go raiding this temple, I do think, since we do have a growing library and a librarian who just loves doing research, maybe we should head back to the keep and do said research, and then we can head out and kill a Yuan-Ti lich mummy.
Yes.
Because I'm not opposed to doing so. Just, I want to be prepared.
I suppose that makes sense. I do have a little bit more reading to do anyway, so gonna go over back here in the corner and get back to
Yes,
it.
so glad you found your voice, Melanie.
I was. God damn it! I'm just gonna say that you read.
Trails off as she reads another paragraph.
Did you know that this book was written with a southern accent? It might rub off. It's
they are
very
quite
possible.
contagious.
Like herpes.
Like glitter.
That's what I
Anyway.
said.
Southern, the herpes of accents.
Jesus Christ.
Anyways.
So, all right. Is that all?
That's all I can really tell you. There's a location and southern tip, and surrounded by undead snake people.
Did we ever find out? Actually, this is out of character because I might have heard this. What was Pelor's relic?
The Shards of Dawn. It is a holy
Necklace?
symbol.
Oh,
Its current
okay.
incarnation is a holy symbol, which performs healing miracles. It has these spikes around it. You break off a spike, it turns into a liquid that you can feed to the person you're trying to cure, and it cures them of any ailment they might have.
Okay, all right.
By the way, when we went into the Temple of Cord to get all the incense, did anyone look at Melanie and go like, "Hey"?
Oh, no, because I didn't really think about it, because I honestly always forget that Melanie has Cord's relic.
Yeah.
I also forgot about that.
I'm asking the DM, did anyone do that?
Not that you've noticed.
Okay. I was just
It
wondering.
looks a little different these days.
Yeah, its previous form was a hammer, and that's one of the things that makes them hard to trace is
Right.
they keep shifting
I
forms.
remember. Yep.
So, then,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
when you say that the vision for the relic was blocked, do you mean, like, how so?
Well,
Because it might be something that Ronny could help with, fix, maybe. He's a very powerful cleric.
I'm not sure. So the way this usually works, Lynn says, is me and Belzor have the ability to astral project, but we kind of have a a rope or a string guiding us to the relic so we can see the location, see who has it, see where it is. I got probably 3/4 of the way, maybe 4/5 of the way to the relic before something stopped me, and it was actually trying to pull me in. And at that point, I had to come back.
So maybe something like that protects against divination magic?
No, no. I have some theories.
Oh, please do share.
And she's looking at Belzor like, is this something? And Belzor's like, says, the worst. So Belzor explains, there's a couple things that could be happening. Usually when something like this happens, it's another god or godlike entity that's blocking us, because the relic comes from a god, it's created by a god. Worst case scenario, it's a godlike being prohibiting us to know the location. Worst case scenario, it is a godlike being, a stronger than a godlike being. Yeah.
That's not good.
I don't like, godlike being is worse in itself. Stronger than godlike being, it's terrifying. As far as Lynn can figure out, it is on this plane. That makes it a little more scary.
I'm gonna kind of look to the others and say, old one maybe?
Possible.
That's
Did you get any sort of information at all?
it's
Of
Lynn says it's definitely somewhere in the ocean. Probably between here and the other continent. So I'd say almost smack dab in the middle somewhere.
Do I
Somewhere
know
like
those oceans?
Lynx
is there?
Possibly, says Lynn.
or the Broken Isles?
Possibly those two locations. Those are the only land masses, unless it's in the water itself.
What do I
Yes.
know about
Was there
oceans in
anything
that
else you
area?
gleaned? I realized it was a broken vision, that it was blocked, but was there any other clues?
Lynn starts to mumble. To be honest, I'm leaning towards Old One.
Yeah, that sounds like our luck.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Me and Belzor, or one of our previous reincarnations, we've faced up against one before, and it felt very similar.
What were you gonna say, Kay?
And so, what do I know about that part of the ocean, having been a sailor for many, many years?
Good question. Okay, so you know Lanx. Most sailors know about the island of Lanx. It is essentially called the sailor's graveyard. A lot of sailors that cannot be identified, either by clothing they have worn, kind of like how the Irish wives of fishermen would make sweaters of different patterns because they couldn't identify the bodies or have bits.
What?
Yeah,
Mhm.
so
Yeah, that's
so
a real thing.
Sus.
it's a real thing because sometimes the bodies were unrecognizable. They do like special like patterns on the sweaters, like the cable pattern or honeycomb patterns, to identify who they were.
Mm.
Um, but uh, sailors that could not be identified would usually end up on Langs in unmarked graves. It's just a tradition that's been like that for a while. Other than a few stray fishing village, there's not much to Langs. It's not really a growing area, and it's primarily the food. The food source is seafood. Sometimes you'll get exports of like mother of pearl, sometimes pearls. Anything that would come from the sea is exported, but not in great amounts. There are very small communities there. The Broken Isles is a haven for smugglers, pirates. Each isle or a few of the smaller isles will be under the control of what's known as a Sea Lord. And the Sea Lord is usually a very powerful pirate or smuggler, typically, that has forced control over the island themselves. It's probably your best bet if you need any like illicit substances as well. The nice thing about the Broken Isles is some particular isles have like coral beds, so they don't. It's very hard to navigate unless you know what you're doing.
What about just like the ocean? Are there any swatches of ocean near that area that are known to be either like, kind of haunted, or like people who go through there have like weird dreams?
Lanks is definitely haunted because of all the graveyards on it.
Yeah.
As for like, are you talking about like ghost pirate ships or like Bermuda
Just,
Triangle type of deals?
More kind of like Bermuda Triangle, where it's just kind of like rumors among the sailors that, between like this point and this point, you're probably going to have some weird dreams. Some people might hallucinate. Somebody might like vomit blood randomly. Like,
so because almost every sailor and airship pilot knows this. The southern mass, known as Inculta, to the south, the outside of that, it's kind of a Bermuda Triangle type deal. People go in, no one comes out.
yeah,
That is the one place you do not want to sail.
I will share that information because I feel like that might be relevant at this point.
Very much so. But really quick, Darren, wasn't, if I'm remembering correctly, there's this itch in my brain, trying to remember that the magpie's original body died.
Yep.
In that area.
Yeah, something like that.
Yes.
It definitely had something to do with
the original magpie died in the Broken Isles.
Okay. Yep. Okay.
Oh God, Orpheus, my son.
What's he doing?
He just dropped a massive shit. And
Oh.
That sucks.
I will share my information about the Broken Isles links and then that Bermuda Triangle-y section where people just kind of disappear.
You've never heard of like your captain, Ronny. They've never heard of anybody making it back out.
And if we're talking about a place where nobody's able to astral project to and see.
It's also filled with some pretty violent storms from what you've heard.
Sounds like a great time, you guys.
Yes. Ronny, with all of this information at hand, might you be able to commune or some such thing, maybe glean a little bit more solid information?
Let me
if you have it prepared today.
I mean, I always have that one prepared, but yeah, I can.
Okay. Sweet.
Yeah, I can ritual cast it. Take 10 minutes. So if you guys want to keep asking some questions and getting some information, I'll go start my ritual over there, because it's going to take me a little bit of time.
Mostly I'm wondering if we could confirm that I look to Lynn. What's the name of the relic again?
Oh. Oh, you want Sehanines. Hold on.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Give me a second.
Not Melanie. Melanie is off in a corner reading, trying not to speak in a southern accent.
It's difficult.
So difficult, guys. All right, I need to get not wrong document. Other document.
So I get 3 questions, so I can ask: is it on links? Is it on the Broken Isle? Is it in the Bermuda Triangle?
Which is not actually the Bermuda Triangle, but
I know,
okay.
but
Yeah.
I don't know what the spooky sailor name is for it.
Fantasy
you can-
Bermuda Triangle.
If you can, ask about the Broken Isle known as Hammerhead, because
Broken
that's
Isle.
where Phoenix and Locke, that's where they were when Phoenix died and became the Magpie later.
Yeah. Thank you. I could not remember her real name.
Yeah, no problem. It's, I had to search my notes. Just Control F broken, and then oh,
yes.
All right.
And where's that Bermuda Triangle section? It's off the southern point of what?
It is the entire. It encompasses so the landmass is in Kulta, the area outside of it.
I was about to say, yeah. So it's basically the entirety of Antarctica.
I mean,
The Inculta Triangle.
if I had to go missing somewhere, might as well go missing there.
It's called the Moon's Reflection.
There we go.
Interesting. And Sehanine is the goddess of what now?
The moon.
The Moon.
Yeah.
Oh, ironic.
Interesting.
And what's the name of the relic?
The Moon's Reflection.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, okay. I thought you were
I
talking
thought
about.
you were talking about the Inculta Triangle.
No,
Yeah.
that's not the no. It's the relic's called the Moon's. I mean, it's a lot of people, Ronny. A lot of people call it the ship's graveyard, the point of no return, the
The end of the world.
the end of the world. Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Okay.
Abandon
so-
all hope, ye who enter here.
Yeah.
Basically,
Dear baby dragons.
the questions that I have in mind are to confirm the location of the moon's reflection, confirm that there is an old one in the Inculta Triangle, and
Or at least confirm that there's an old one holding the moon's reflection.
yes.
Yeah. Because
Um,
I may not be able to find out where the moon's reflection is if it's being guarded too well, but I might be able to pinpoint.
and also the identity of the old one that is holding the moon's reflection.
Yeah.
So long as we actually get that information.
Yeah.
I mean, we can ask it a couple different ways, but mostly I want to identify that old one.
Yeah.
And if Commune can't do it, then obviously we still need to talk to Alexandria. So this is another matter to talk to her about.
I mean, I'm kind of hoping a god has more information than Alexandria.
Well, that's
You never know.
You never know, because
Yeah.
the old ones are basically Alexandria's life
so-
work.
Because what I think I'm gonna do is ask, is an old one holding the moon's reflection first,
Okay.
and then
Where
ask,
is the old one?
where is the old one,
Where is this old one? Or who is this old one?
and then who is this old one?
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
And if I don't get the answers we want, I can commune again tomorrow, or I can just try again. But there's a 25% chance of it failing if I just try again.
Okay.
But, you know, I'm gonna go set up my 10-minute ritual.
Okay. You choose a nice comfy corner with some like meditation mats. Plenty of incense around.
Like a comfy couch? The big comfy couch?
It's more like...
Oh no, it's fine. You don't have to describe it. I was just making a joke.
Can you guys hear the box that's being dragged across the floor?
Mm.
I mean, now that I know what it is, yes.
Orpheus flipped the box over.
Oh,
on top
now
of
I can hear it.
and now
Yeah.
he's solid snaking his way around the house. There it goes.
The room's like
Orpheus,
that,
my
pretty
son.
much.
Mm.
My son, please.
It's okay.
I feel like that Dormammu I've come to bargain one is actually more like, what is it? Contact other plane?
Oh yeah, where you just
It's
like,
that
hey,
one.
something strong out there.
It's like otherworldly entity, give me knowledge, and then there's a chance you go fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just thinking of like the repetitive nature of like somebody
Oh,
tiny
yeah.
just pestering their way into winning.
That too.
I'm not tiny, I have 5th level spells.
You're not a god?
But I'm not tiny.
I mean, it could be worse. I mean, you guys could be trying to get into the far realm.
Oh, please God,
Someday.
no.
That is.
Someday.
Don't make us go there. Please don't make us go to the far realm. I don't need to meet Cthulhu. I understand that he's out there. We don't need to see him.
What happens if we meet Cthulhu and we just plain shift him to the abyss?
Oh, Jesus.
I'm fairly sure the abyss wouldn't be the abyss anymore.
Something would happen. I don't know
Yeah,
it's something that
you-
we would want.
Do you really want Zugtimoni and Cthulhu to have a baby?
Yes, actually, that'd be awesome.
Oh my god.
That
A little-
actually
a
sounds
little-
pretty fucking awesome.
A little mushroomy, squiddy little baby with chubby little mushroom cheeks and little tentacles.
Oh
like,
yeah, that's like something out of Bloodborne.
That'd be super cute.
The things in
Yeah.
Bloodborne are not super cute.
Some
We
of
have
them
very
are.
different standards.
I don't know, those aliens are pretty cute.
I like the brain aliens.
The brain aliens.
Y'all need Jesus.
No, we just need Tyr.
Mm.
Bring me balanced here. So yeah, first question for Tyr. Does an old one currently have the moon's reflection?
Oh, you're doing this now?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Give me.
I'm about to go take some very strong medication for my hip. So I'm gonna do this while I'm lucid.
Okay. Hold on, I gotta type this.
What is the name of that old one? Okay. Where
I'm
is
so
that old
curious.
Where is this old one? Oh boy, okay. So, an old one might have the moon's reflection. Tyr doesn't know where that old one is. It's impossible for a god to know. But I do have a name.
Oh.
The Eternal Darkness.
Ooh.
Oh, like the video game. Sweet. That's not worrying at all.
But even a god doesn't know where it is, where the Eternal Darkness is.
24, 26, 28.
So.
All right, I believe we need to talk to Alexandria, and we have some research to do. So, thank you, Lynn, Belzor. Your work has been extremely useful, but I already am tired at the idea of having to fix and fetch both of these problems.
Belzor says, no problem. Believe me. We've been there before. I know how you feel. We know how you feel. Dealing with old ones is always really messy business.
Since you said you've leveled up, so to speak, if we have to go deal with this old one and retrieve this relic, should the both of you be free, might you be interested in providing assistance, maybe?
Possibly. But to be honest, if it's really an old one, you're gonna need more than us.
Oh, I'm sure. The last time we went in with quite a force. But we did manage to kill it, but it wasn't at its full power.
Was it a major one?
I think back, was it?
No.
I can't. No, okay. I didn't think so. I just shake my head.
Okay. Well, that might be a problem. The major ones are... They take nations to put down. And even that... The first one that... The one we encountered, yeah, Blink... It's...
You blink, you're dead.
Yeah, basic.
You're devastated now.
Yeah. It was a 100-year war.
Hold on a moment.
Why?
Awesome.
What? DM.
Mm-hmm.
It was 100 years for what's her face? Yuli, right? She was that war against her.
Yeah, it was the Civil War, yeah.
Yeah. That was 100 years.
Belzor will, yeah. But you can clarify.
So yes, Tilda would like to kind of go. Was that around the time of Empress Yuli, or
No. This was many hundreds years ago when the Minotaurs were still around and they fell in with the Oblink.
Oh, that's right. That's where that name came from.
It was terrible. I wouldn't want to experience something like that again. Many nations fell. Many gods fell. Yeah. It was a terrible time of darkness. And that was one major old one.
Oh.
Is the
My
Eternal
God,
Darkness like the big daddy of the darkness old ones? Like, is the Eternal Darkness the one that spawned all the other ones?
No, says Belzor. There wasn't... We don't know where they came from. Originally, from what I recall, when all this was happening, there were... There were 8. And Zai was the strongest of them. Yablink the second. Zai disappeared, and that's how originally the gods were able to, and the Primordials were able to put them away. And then Yablink woke up many, 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 many years later, threw his lot in with the Minotaur Empire, and nearly annihilated us all. So, they kind of came all at the same time. And they ran through if the Primordials weren't around, they ran through the gods like they were almost nothing.
Oh, hey. Yeah, blink. You blink.
Yeah, basic.
Locked away by the Ain Fedidir. Means God Killer in Elvish.
Yeah.
Oh!
Old
that's
one of
related.
pestilence, betrayal, pain, and treachery. That's fun.
Ah.
Yeah, he's gone. The original God Hunters got rid of him.
Right.
I think they used the relics to do it, but I'm not sure exactly how. I know we helped them find ours. It's Sehanines and Pelors, but how they were able to do it, I'm not sure at that point. They were so young, too.
What do you mean?
They were just adventurers. Fell into it. And then, well, fate wasn't kind to some of them.
How so?
Some of them became gods. Some of them became things other than gods.
They became gods.
Not major ones, minor ones. Sindor, Tamara, Mikhaili, Crassus.
Mikhaili, you said?
Yes.
That's who, Nightwell,
Was descended from?
was allegedly descended from, right?
Yes.
Jesus Christ, DM, why are you dropping all the things that relate to old?
As all of this is being discussed, I'm gonna look to Lynn. No, not Lynn. Jesus. Melanie. As she's reading.
Also Lynn.
Yes. In-game character. Melanie.
There's a typo on this page.
Melanie.
Yes.
Have you had a chance to talk to your mother about your heritage yet?
No. Why would I? She never told me anything before, and honestly, do you think that somebody was like, by the way, I am definitely an angel, let's bone?
No, but
I've heard
would
worse
you
lines.
referred... I'm sure you've fallen for them.
Hey.
Ow.
It would have been worse if I had said, yes, and I'm sure you did because they came from your mouth, but I didn't. Somebody told us that you were descended from a god. Who was it?
Prim.
Yeah.
Prim. Fuck.
Yeah, that was it. Well, the only reason I bring it up now is there's important shit happening again, and it might be relevant. I swear, all I want is just 1 year. 1 year, 1 year.
This motherfucker.
Just to have a break, set up our keep, get a teleportation circle, maybe pay a wizard to set up some guards and wards in our vault. But no. Everything just has to be exploding at once. The neat little line.
I can go ahead and speak with her, but I'm not kidding when being just trying to be an asshole. I really don't think that she'll know anything about the parentage of the person or, anything like that. But I can ask.
It's just worth a try.
Yeah, I understand.
Also, I will say it's better to be dealing with all this stuff now, so you have a peaceful, quiet future to look forward to. Instead of
Sorry,
ignoring now
tomorrow
and
is supposed to be the
disaster
4th.
later.
My bad.
Gotta complete your loyalty mission, you know?
Yeah, Belzor says those were the original god hunters.
You said that some of them turned into other things. What other things did they turn into?
Lynn says, from what I heard, they eventually became minor gods. Michaeli became a servant of Melora, so she became one of the goddesses of the hunt. Sindor, one of the gods of time, father of chronomancy. Tamara eventually became the consort of Bahamut, but was murdered by Crassus in a ritual to, I think, something about becoming the avatar of blood. That's the last we heard of him.
Oh, like the Eye of Crassus?
Crassus.
Crassus, whatever. I had it as Carsus in my notes.
Possibly, says Lynn.
I don't have that in my notes. What was it?
It was that thing we got off the Blood Hag.
Yep. That you guys traded for a cat statue.
Yes.
Might have to go pick that up again.
Yeah, no, I was thinking since we're in Fort Granite, I might want to go pick that up again. But, maybe not right now.
We traded it for a cat statue?
That was a me and Raine decision.
Hey!
Nobody else. Nobody else was there to know about my poor decision making.
Poke didn't do anything.
Yeah, it's something to worry about later, so it's fine.
It's funny how you still have that manticore testicle.
And yet, the eye of a named thing.
We didn't know what it was at the time.
You said, this can't possibly be important. Let's trade it for a cat statue.
I had that thing in my inventory for at least a year in real world time. I was like, it hasn't come up yet. I'm just gonna trade it. Because this statue would be nice in the keep.
Wait, it wasn't even a magical statue? It was just a decorative statue?
Yeah.
You guys are fucking
Jesus.
idiots. I say that with all the love in the world. You guys are fucking idiots.
Listen, I just thought it would be interesting.
Welcome to D&D.
Raine said it would be good too, so we did it. I'm
just imagining Zaitari pushing Drain in front of her.
It doesn't matter. I'm not bringing it up.
Yeah, this is all out of character.
Yes, it is. So,
Can't accuse
Like I
me of
said.
not going for the long haul,
Also, out of
guys.
character, we knew it was gonna do something, but this
yeah.
would be more fun when it blows up in our fucking.
Sure, yep.
So, I'm just before I forget. So none of the Einfeldir were turned into like evil gods or like
No, Crassus.
monster.
Crassus.
Well,
Croesus.
he turned evil after.
He turned evil afterwards, but none of them were like cursed.
None
No.
of them were made like
From the beginning?
devils.
Okay.
or-
Well, Belzor says not that he knows.
I mean, if they were rewriting history, they'd probably say, "Oh no, Grass has just went evil on his own. It's totally not nothing we did to him or forced him to go through."
Of course. Well, okay then. I do think that we should go back to the keep before we sail into the middle of the ocean, possibly dive into the middle of the ocean and try to fight gods. There's very possibly some, various things we might need, anything like that. We could see if we could see if our, reclusive hermit friend has any information that might prove useful on this island. We could maybe cast legend lore. There's all kinds of things we could maybe do to prepare.
Yeah.
Also, we should probably go ahead and have the auction first. Let's be honest.
Yes, I was about to say, I definitely agree with everything you're saying, and we need to talk to Alexandria as well about the whole old one having a relic thing, because I feel like that's something she's going to want to look into before officially involving us. So getting the shards of the Dawn Father is likely something more in our wheelhouse, so to speak. But I wouldn't be opposed to spending a month doing proper research, helping Alexandria as needed, and also getting this auction taken care of. That way we can
Plus
have some
we can-
extra funds.
Yes, and we can also look into researching the wilds and ways through it. That
Yes.
sort of thing.
And
Also, if we are going to an ocean adventure type deal, it's possible we might need to commission some magical items for, say, breathing underwater.
I've
I
got
can
you covered.
cast- Yeah, that's easy.
Yeah, so it's like a first level spell.
Like a third
Then-
level.
Yeah, it's hang on.
And I think it's a
it's second
ritual.
or third.
It's
It
third
is a
level. It's a
ritual.
ritual, so I can do it without using a spell
Yeah.
slot.
Oh, okay.
Ronnie
Um,
apparently has it as well.
I have water walking,
Oh, water walking. Okay.
which
Good
is
way to
the
get back
e-
up.
It's the fastest way out.
Out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Water elevator.
And I also control water. I can also control water. So,
Yes.
Yes.
um,
I
We got
think
you covered. Water
think-
breathing lasts for 24 hours.
but I do have my old captain. I can see if Alexandria can reach out to him about commissioning his ship and his men for this.
And I also think we're low on some potions. And we could probably look into. I don't know if a potion would be appropriate for this, or if we would need to get some magic items for it. But something that could do alter self, or at the very least, help us swim better. Because.
I can look
don't
into
think-
that.
Because that would certainly be helpful, especially if we have to fight things underwater.
Yes.
Mm.
I could
Also-
also, for fighting underwater, freedom of movement also works. I have a ring of free movement, ring of free action for myself, so I'm not going to be hindered underwater either way. And I could just it'd use up all my 4th level spell slots and everything, but I could just freedom of movement everybody, and then you won't be hindered by being underwater.
I think
Also,
there's
if
many
we go back
avenues
to the
of
keep,
possibility.
Mm-hmm.
we can talk. Can give Ronnie a chance to examine my father-in-law.
Question for the DM.
Mhm.
Oil of slipperiness gives you the effect of a freedom of movement spell, right?
It does.
Yeah.
Can you
yeah.
use that underwater?
I mean, oil and water don't mix. so I
Yeah,
would
they're
assume
they're
so.
hydrophobic,
Okay.
so I assume it would work.
But it
Damn.
only lasts for an hour, and I think freedom of movement also only lasts for an hour.
Yeah.
Does alter self last longer?
You know, depending on when we want to go do the water thing, I could always
It's about it's an hour or two.
I
Okay.
could
But that's-
always
yeah.
attempt divine intervention repeatedly to try and make us amphibious for like a month.
Oh God.
Hey.
It solved the problem.
Yeah.
Tilda just goes, no.
I saw this episode of Star Trek. It does not end well.
While that seems like a fabulous idea, somehow I feel like instead magic items or potions might be a better way to go. Especially if we can have something that lasts for longer than an hour.
Well, we'll see. I've got my ring, and if we can find more of my ring, you have to attune to it, but it does the job.
It's a ring of what?
Ring of free
Ring of
movement.
free action.
Oh, free action. Okay.
But it's basically you don't get hindered by difficult terrain, and water's difficult terrain. You can't be magically restrained or paralyzed.
Glad one of us is getting some use out of that because we had that in our inventory for so long.
We did.
But yeah, that's you don't want the cleric getting paralyzed. So
No, you don't.
Nope.
yeah, so are we going back to the keep? Do you want me to fast travel us there?
Oh, yes, that's right. You can just.
I can just
manifest
word of
right back.
recall us. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Why not?
Is there anything else you guys need to do?
I don't think so. Oh, has that monk gotten back to you with your incense yet, Ronny?
So at this moment, there is a teenage boy that comes into the room, bows respectfully to the members currently in the room, and holds out a very large bundle of incense. There's some dried bundle herbs stacked on top of it. There's a couple bottles of oil, and he says, "Excuse me,
Hello.
delivery?
Yeah. Yes.
Please take it. I don't want anything to fall."
Yeah, I take everything.
Postmates.
Okay. Bows, walks out of the room.
As if you called him into being.
Oh, convenient.
How far is Godarn from the keep?
Across an ocean.
Yeah, I was going to say, I know it's pretty far.
It's across a sea.
Okay.
Not very big sea, but it's a sea regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you look at the map,
Mm-hmm.
the keep is around, I'd say, southeast of Valido. And Godarn is south. Depends where you're
in
trying to
Godarn
get.
do you need to go?
Well, I know my captain is in Pocus Point.
Oh.
Oh, it's
Off
okay.
of Godarn.
If you'd be able to describe him to either Tilda or Zaitari.
Well, he has described Marnin to Zaitari. And Marnin is the daughter of the captain.
Okay.
She's always with.
Yeah, because either of us can get into contact with him with sending.
I can send too.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Clerics.
It's just a matter of him getting to that keep.
Mm.
Yes.
Yeah, it shouldn't be that long, depending on where in Godarn he is.
Yeah, so he's at Pocus Point. So that is that very...
Focus.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep, I see it. Alrighty.
Which shouldn't be too bad.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't have 7th level spells, so I can't teleport. But
Yeah. Do I have sending prepared today? Negative.
I mean,
That's
if we're going to
okay.
be taking a month of downtime anyways, it's something he can
I
probably
can-
do us
I can
eventually.
send him tomorrow,
A
so
month?
he can start making his way this way.
I said
Well,
if
we
we
were-
are.
We were thinking of taking some time to do some research and going ahead and running the auction so we have some funds going forward.
Yeah.
Okay. And the auction is in a month?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll cast sending tomorrow so that I'll let the captain know that we need his services if he is willing to lend them. But otherwise, if
Captain
he
Roselyn.
Yeah.
I can only imagine it's Melanie, like, okay, where was I on this page?
unless there's something else you guys need to do here, just touch my shell and I'll get us back to the fort.
Anything that
now.
needs to be done? Rain? Zaitari? Anything?
No, I
Anything
don't
at
think
all?
so.
No?
Not unless
DM,
we
how
want to,
far? How
I
much?
was gonna say, what kind of roll do I have to make to get what?
Tilda doesn't know, so
No.
I was just teasing. But... Tilda will say, one moment. Could you give Belzor and I just a moment? Actually, Belzor, Lynn, and I don't even do what?
Luke was gonna run off with my ball of yarn,
Hmm.
or
Classic.
attempt to.
Classic cat move.
It is.
So can I have the room or
Oh, of course.
Melanie is still reading quietly in the corner.
I'll grab Melanie.
Oh, you made me lose my place.
I'm sure you can. I'm sure you
you've
can
gone a
find
lot
it
more
again.
cockney? You made me lose my place in it.
Oh damn! I can't do a Cockney accent. I tried.
I
but it
can't
always
really
ends
either.
up going Australian.
Mm.
And it's shitty Australian too.
Mel will leave. Sad. Sad and sad.
You can continue reading outside the door. Tilda watches them go, and then when they're done, she kind of turns back to the two
Yeah, Belzor's
tiny monks.
Yeah, Belzor's kind of like not meeting your eyes, and Lynn is tired.
Yeah. I just wanted to apologize to both of you for the other day.
Belz-
Nope. Mm-mm. Tilda will hold up a hand if Belzor looks like he's about to speak. Just kind of like hold up, one finger to kind of, give me a moment. Specifically to you, Lynn. I didn't know what was going to be happening. But that's no excuse for forcing a decision upon you. In a way, I just wanted to get some protection. And I wanted Belzor to get better. That is true. But you are not, as somebody said. I don't know if you heard this. You are not less special than Belzor. And I truly do not believe that he is the more special one. You are both apparently more special than we could ever have imagined.
Lynn says, and she's not meeting your eyes. You know, I used to hate you. Not you. I used to hate you because of what you are.
I mean, darling, take a number, join the line.
No, there's a reason why I used to hate you, and that's because of my own ignorance. She motions to the tears in her ears and the scars. Noble people did this to me. And noble people... I used to have a friend. A halfling friend. And they killed him. I got away. I'm
sorry for that.
No, it's not your fault, and you're nothing like them. I apologize if my ignorance led to any uncomfortable moments. I know better, of course, that one should not be judged, painted with the same brush. And
this really isn't necessary, Lynn.
I gotta tell you, listen, I have to tell you. The reason I did what I did before I knew all this, and it's a dumb reason, and when I looked at Belzor, he had all of you. I didn't really have friends in the temple. To be honest, when we were both going to go in, and before I knew what was going to be done, I had logically thought that I was going to make it go the other way, because selfish nature. You care about him. You all care about him. I couldn't... I decided that why make more people miserable? Why? It was better for a stranger to go than have somebody with many friends to go.
I think if you had seen Belzor's reaction,
I know.
you would not have thought. I understand that part of the ritual was one of you had to die, and that's still completely bonkers.
It is.
But
it is, and it's the way it's always been.
Well, you should talk to your Phoenix friend and change it somehow.
If you want to talk to Pelor and Sehanine for me, then go right ahead. I've been complaining to her behind for eons. gods do what gods do. But, but I'm very happy that Belzor met you guys. I'm very happy that he wasn't alone. I'm very happy that he had you guys to look up to. He is light and I am dark. That's the way it always will be. Yin and yang. But but thank you for your apology. And I hope you accept mine as well. Pardon my ignorance. I think I'm finally learning. I'm gonna let you two talk. See you in a bit, Belzor. And Belzor, like, just nods. Lynn walks out.
You know, I set out to do one thing, and she hijacks it.
She's kind of like that. Her incarnations have always kind of been like that too, until I step up. But she means well.
I know. I'm sorry about our conversation last night, Belzor.
It kind of hurt. But I understand.
No.
Miss Tilda.
No, Belzor. You have always been someone that our group has taken care of. That and even while you were studying here and growing stronger, I knew that, you know, you would be able to take care of yourself. It's your... I'm sorry, but I don't know if it's the new soul living inside you, or what. It's just you two were both so nonchalant after Lynn was raised. You were laughing. You went from sobbing uncontrollably. And I was too. I was upset that this was how things allegedly had to be, that this was some sort of decision I'd forced Lynn to make. And you went from that to laughing and joking, and I could not understand the dissonance. And I think what you said the other night about you being the same person. You're not. You are different. Like, and
Well,
that doesn't mean that you're not still Belzor, but you have the experiences of several lives within you now. And that has to have affected you. That sort of thing affects a person.
it does.
And so it's going to take a little bit of time to relearn our relationship.
Yeah. I know.
I'm sorry.
It's...
And you will always have a home with Theodoric and I. Or me. Theodoric and me. We are, and at Rosewater Keep.
Yes.
You are still our Belzor. Even if you are also the grandmaster of the Sunsoul Temple.
I'm a little more relieved, actually. I know it's...
I'm sorry for hurting you.
And it's fine.
It's not.
It's... I always forget, because I've gone through this successfully 33 times, that it's, as an understatement, jarring to those who come with us to experience it for the first time. It's a terrible thing to go through. And I've just been through it so many times that...
You've become numb to it.
Exactly.
In a way.
It's like slaughtering cattle. If you do it enough times, you don't think the cow is an animal anymore. It's another thing to do. No, more of the pain actually comes from losing friends, family. Not that they pass on. Is that you're right. I have changed. But I am also still me in here. But many people don't see it that way. I'm a grandmaster now. I know all of the things, apparently, to them. I know 37 ways to kill a man with a popsicle stick. 38. I forgot that way. Anyways, what I'm saying is, I've lost so many people because I've gained this title. I'm this new person. That's what stings the most for me. And sometimes I grit my teeth and I come to expect it. Sometimes they want nothing to do with me right away, and sometimes it's a lingering wound that they poke at. It gives me hope for a little while that I can reconnect. And then I come to the end of my life, come to the end of a life, and realize they never wanted to have anything to do with me again. It sucks. But
I can only imagine.
I'm glad you're I'm glad you're willing to not do that. I'm glad you're willing to get to know me as Belzor and Bruzar and Hingley and the several many other people that I have been before.
Belzor, I would never not want you in our lives. At least in my life.
You do realize that makes you a good person, right?
Could you tell Raine that?
I'll drop it. I'll drop it to her every once in a while when I see her.
Do you mind if I give you a kiss?
Always. Go ahead.
You mind?
No, I don't mind.
There we are. And I just kind of like drop a kiss on his forehead. I'm glad you're still here.
I'm glad you still want to be friends.
Of course, darling. Now I have to go because the others are, waiting.
Of course. Miss Tilda,
Yes, Belzor, darling.
if you need anything from us at all, any help, just let me know.
You've made that offer before.
I know, but you're dealing with
Terrible, awful things,
Yeah.
yes.
I don't want you to, but I want to
Trust
be
me, darling. I don't want to be doing it either, but this is the life that's been put in front of me.
It is, but don't walk it alone. You guys don't have to. I think that's the first mistake they made before. The original. Don't do what they did. You have people who want to help you. Don't repeat their mistake. Please.
I think you ought to tell Lynn that as well.
I know.
And tell her that we are there for her, too.
She'll get it through her head at some point. She's, if you haven't noticed, she can be kind of a drama queen sometimes.
The best people are, darling. I say as I flip my hair. No, but I really should be going.
Okay.
I give him another quick kiss on the top of the head, and then
He gives you
Goodbye.
a hug.
oh,
Be well, Miss Tilda.
be well.
Alright. And you
Yeah.
walk out.
Mhm.
Okay. So back to Rosewater Keep. Oh,
Yep.
Ronny,
Oh,
by the
Yes.
way. Roll a, since you were concentrating on getting incense and stuff, now that you have a minute to yourself, roll a perception check.
Vision based.
Vision based, please.
oh no, are more people staring at him because he's a turtle?
Oh Christ!
It's wow, that sucks. it's not a hard roll. So
my
there's
passive perception's much better.
so there's a piece of fleece that's sticking out one of your packs.
I'm gonna pull it out.
It is a pair of well-crafted, with tiny goats on them, with hats. Socks.
Yes.
Do they look like they're gonna fit my weird turtle feet?
Yeah, they are.
Awesome. I'm gonna sit down and put them on before I cast my spell.
Okay. All right.
Everyone here? Everyone ready to go?
Melanie, you need to stop reading for just one moment so that we can go back home.
Let me finish this page. Just.
All you can keep your one hand on the book, and the other hand just needs to be on Ronny's shell.
Fine.
All right, I will cast Word of Recall, and we will go back to my temple that I made.
Okay.
That little shrine.
You go back to your stone slab with 2 rocks.
Do we all just like fall on top of it and break
And-
it?
Oh no.
Oh,
Next phase.
the force of you like getting on the ground slightly moves one of the rocks.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Tears displeased.
I'm gonna be here hollowing the ground and stuff for days, so I'll be able to fix it.
Oh, we should have gotten some what is it? What's the glue?
Sovereign glue?
glue. So you could glue the rocks in place.
Yeah,
The
but what
rocks
if
may
you
not
fuck it
have
up?
to- I was
Yeah,
gonna say, the rocks may not always be the thing that needs to be in balance. It might be something else.
that's true. Very, very true.
Okay, it sounds like you guys have a lot of preparations you want to do.
Yeah, but I also want to take care of the thing with Tegan before we don't play for 2 weeks.
Okay.
So,
Right. Okay.
I'll send him a sending, basically like, "Hey, we're back.
Okay.
You want to talk? I'll be around."
He does want to talk, and he'll head over. His meeting with one hand is done.
Just like that, come crawling back.
He wasn't really the one who like
You know, that was me.
he was
Oh,
just
man, have some dignity.
Honestly, I'm surprised you replied at all.
So you guys do your things. It takes Tegan like half the day to get to the keep from Valito. Chambers does let you know when he arrives. He's looking tired. His ponytail is not in perfect condition. He has a couple new scratches on his glasses. And he's not as neat as you usually see him, but he's all right.
Tegan, I don't see you for 2 days, and what happened?
Me and One Hand had to talk about something.
Does that mean you had to fight about something?
Nearly. It wasn't a great. She is very unpleasant when she is angry. Especially with that cannon arm she has. I
Yes.
dodged right in time, and there was a hole behind me by the time this was over. We had to set some ground rules.
Insight check now.
Did you want to talk here? Did you want to talk in the tavern? Did you...
No, here's fine.
Okay.
I'm imagining here is the dining room.
Yeah.
That's typically where we have Chambers deposit guests.
Yep.
So I'll take the ring off my finger and put it on the table. You want to explain this?
It's just a ring. I had the materials. I wanted to make you another present. That's all. Why? What did you think it?
Well, you make a girl a ring and she gets ideas.
Oh. He just like his face just goes like, oh fuck. No. Oh, jeez. I'm by the gods. I'm so sorry. I should have made it more obvious. No,
you know,
it's
Tegan, you're very smart, but I don't think that's one of your brightest moments. I certainly, I mean,
I apologize. That's
not that this isn't a fine ring.
No, that's
if
not.
If it were to be
that wasn't
I might intend it to be, I would imagine something more
traditional,
extravagant.
Oh, of course.
Befitting a hand so fine as mine.
Of course. This is just a paltry piece, apparently. But
no, it's not paltry, but you know.
I didn't mean it to be.
It has to be better than Tilda.
I'll make sure it is if that day ever comes. But no, it was really just a gift, and only if you thought you were ever ready. I would never force you or put you on the spot or anything like that.
Nobody can force me to do anything.
That's true.
And anyways, I lost my train of thought. Something about the ring, but then the comments distracting me. Oh yeah. It would have been incredibly poor timing anyways. So
yes. That is very true.
If nobody has any rings, then then Raine definitely has the biggest
Raine
ring.
gets the biggest one by gluing both of them together.
Yes. Oh, okay.
I don't think that would look very good. And I'm not like a fashion expert on
it's
rings.
It's the principle of the matter. I'm sending a message.
So, where do we go from here?
Zaitari will just kind of rub her temples. I don't know. It's kind of in your hands at this point. But I am a perfect creature, but I do have some faults, and most of those faults do tend to be when it comes to my relationships with men, and falling into familiar patterns.
I still want to be with you, but only if you want to. I didn't fight because, well, obviously nobody can hold you down.
No, but you still fight for a woman. I am offended.
I shouldn't read so many books.
I don't know, maybe I should read more books.
Apparently the phrase, if you really want them happy, set them free, does not apply in this situation?
Well, it depends on the person. Honestly, I don't think anything that you would have done in the moment would have made me truly happy. But one could say that I had a come to Corellan talk with Melanie and also Tilda, and they've made me see the stupidity in my extremely rash decision making.
Sounds like I owe them a pint or a glass of wine.
Maybe more than that, but you can discuss that with them later if you want to. We could pretend like the last 2 minutes of our previous conversation never happened.
We could. Or we can accept what happened. Move on.
Oh, that would be so adult. But yes, I guess that would be an option.
I think that would be a healthy thing to do.
And, you know, now that we're going to collect a relic of Pelor
What?
from a Yuan-Ti mummy lich thing
What?
with
He's just
Yuan-Ti maybe zombie
He's like, what?
hordes surrounding it on the southern tip of Robur.
The wilds.
And also maybe, the wilds. And then also maybe dealing with another old one, more powerful this time, in an ocean. In the Incolta Triangle. You know, definitely don't want any loose ends or anything like that hanging around. And if anything, you know, my previous comment about not having any loved ones while going into dangerous situations should be more when I want to make up about this sort of thing. So, because we're going into more deadly danger. Shocker. It's just what we do all the time.
That part doesn't surprise me. The mummy one tea and old one in the ocean surprises me more.
Yes, well, that's why we're air quotes, taking a month off to do a bunch of research, prepare, have our auction, and potentially, hopefully, buy some very useful things so that we can get ready for whatever the fuck it is we're getting ourselves into.
Well, I know you'll be okay. Or I hope you'll be okay.
One could only hope. But knowing you're there by my side, even if it's at great distances, will certainly help. Water under the bridge?
God, I've missed you.
And fade to black.
Yep. Alright, so congratulations. This is
Don't do it in the dining room.
I mean, I'm sure some clothes will come off in the dining room, but eventually we'll go to the baths, so it's clean there.
Not to your room?
No, we have a whole fucking bathhouse.
Jesus Christ.
So
That bathhouse.
that bathhouse. I'm sure Chambers gets somebody to disinfect it constantly at this
Good.
point, knowing you guys. I'm sure at one point you guys are going towards the baths, and Chambers' patrons are just like, and now dear, okay, we're going this way now.
Sorry.
Cover your eyes,
Fuck,
child.
I have Tuesdays. God damn it.
Cover your eyes, child. Okay, so congratulations, the last game of 2019. Woot.
Yay.